Good morning, good evening, or wherever you're at. This is DJ's Raw and Cut True, give you that raw content that you deservedly need. All praise to the Most High. I'm having a good day today. Let's have a pleasant discussion. Let's talk amongst men and women. Let's have some energy. And I'm here to bring it today. We're going to talk about what's next for Liangelo Ball. What's next for him? Is it over for him? Or is there another lane for him to go to? One thing that you're going to see from the mainstream sports media is overreaction. You're going to see people try to make it worse than what it actually is or create a narrative. Here on my channel, I made an oath to all of my subscribers to be authentic, raw, and express uncut truth that everyone deservedly needs. Um, I said it before, no matter what happens to Liangelo Ball, cut, playing G League, or whatever, even overseas, it's already a success. People thought Liangelo wouldn't be invited to a camp. They called him a scrub. They called him a loser. They called him every single name in a book. But he kept his head down and kept working. Um, I pray for the brother, like I do most brothers, because I see it. I see just things always occur with Jello. They always occur. I don't know if it's because of a black cat going around him or anything. He's just first China, then the ankle situation before the workouts. And then, what's crazy enough, this occurs. They said he had another sprained ankle and he was cut. Now, I don't think he's severely injured, but it tells you the road for Liangelo Ball is tough, man. It's tough. But I root for people to succeed, and I see why. Liangelo Ball has a ton of fans. He's their underdog. He's the one that they can relate to. Liangelo, I've always said, is the relatable one. B-Mill says, yo, I've been waiting for this one, man. Let's keep it popping, man. DKM in the building. He says DJ. Now, if you're not subscribed to DKM, I don't know what you're doing. Because DKM is on fire right now. Shout out to the day one brother DKM. Now I'm going to send a link into the chat. Now, all I say for anyone who joins the chat, please hold an accurate discussion, no buffoonery. You could disagree, you just can't act like a fool. So I just sent the link in the chat. I hope we have a great discussion today, this morning or evening, wherever you're at. Leave my name out. I like that name. Says, do something else. Basketball isn't everything. That is true. That is true, man. Uh, Jello got money in the bank. I don't think the basketball part is a pride thing. He sees his brothers drafted, and if you were in the same situation as Jello, you're looking at yourself like, hey, I'm just as good. I train with my brothers every day. That's how he sees it. So you see why he's going at it the way he is. Super Team VIP says, so are you my dogs? Oh yeah. You know how we do. DKM says gang for sure, man. The raw uncut truth gang, man. We all a gang around here. The support is real. I love it. Shanko 2 says, morning, brother. DJ, good morning, brother. All praise to the Most High. I am Marvy says, I hope Jello gets on a team and balls on the Pistons. Hey, that would be funny if that actually happened. Can you imagine if Jello gets on a team eventually and he just shoots the lights out against the Detroit Pistons? Man, I'm telling you, that's going to be something. It's going to be something. If that happens, that got to be on a 30 for 30 for real. How Jello Ball overcame embarrassment, was cut, and he was picked up by such and such team, and he has revenge for the Pistons. Yeah, that'd definitely be a 30 for 30. D Voice says, yo, man, what's good? What's popping, my brother? Man, y'all going in at the chat. I love it, man. I love this energy, man. Uh, there's a couple options for Liangelo Ball. Uh, some people are saying that the G League is being shut down. Some people are saying no. I don't think the G League's being shut down. Mainly because the G League Elite has their thing going on, and they're trying to promote the G League, and that's very important to the NBA. So players could take the G League seriously. So he could get invited to their little. I think the G League is having some type of G League bubble, and if you have LiAngelo Ball going against 2021 draft prospects like Jalen Green and others, yeah, that could boost his stock. If he could hold his own, that's good for him. You got DZ King, man. We got one of the most filtered brothers around. Hey, you got me in the background.
Uh, I th- I'm not sure. Hey, my like I'm speaking with you on my iPad. Probably that's the issue.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
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 it's
I
not
can hear.
echoing. So I'm gonna remove it, and then when you come back and get it fixed, then you come back.
I I got no
All right,
problem, bro. I'll be there. I'll go on my phone. I
all
have
right, for sure. Yeah, if y'all come in on the stream, make sure I'm not echoing, so we can have this thing run properly. All right, I just sent another link so you guys could join the discussion. So what do y'all think? What's next for LiAngelo Ball? He got a couple options. Now, some people are telling me he may not do overseas. Jello doesn't like going overseas, but he has to realize he hasn't played basketball in 2 years. He's got to play something. He can't just sit around all day. I am Marvy says Hornets or Pels G League. If the Martin twins can be on the same team, I can see Jello and Melo on the same team with Zoe. Well, Jello got to put in that work, but nothing's impossible. I'll just say that nothing's impossible. See, in Jello's situation, I'm realistic. I'm very realistic. Sanko too says Jello needs to get some burn. I think it's time to look overseas for one last year. Man, I've been saying that, brother. I've been saying it. He just needs to play something. He can't just sit there all the time. What's good, DZ?
What's good, DJ? I'm good.
Man. All
Yeah.
praise to the Most High, my brother.
Hey man, all praise to the Most High, man. Hey, rise and shine, grind. Monday. So hey man, I got a lot to say, man. Like I'll give you props, man, for keeping it real about Jello the whole time,
Thank you.
and because not a lot of people, you know, actually actually went like provided like realistic expectations in regards to Jello. So you're one of the few individuals that actually stepped up and say, "Hey guys, let's not get you excited, and let's make sure that our expectations are realistic." So, no, respect to you for that, man, for real.
Thank you, brother, man. I try to be objective. Just like with LaMelo. Some
Yeah.
people were saying LaMelo gonna average 20 points per game. They got I actually had some people mad at me for predicting that LaMelo would average 15 and 8 at least. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, that's too low. I said the rookies don't have an off season. It's a
Yep.
different year. It's a COVID year.
Hmm. Yeah, it's exactly like I mean, you just keep being realistic. I mean, like for me, we people think that when we say those type of statements, we're hating on the ball, on those boys, but we're not. Like we're just being realistic about it. Um, and I also agree with you on Melo too. I think that as on the he on the, in the we shouldn't expect too much in the rookie season. We're going to expect some flash moments from him, and but I think the expectation should just be as for a rookie and as a rookie. And let's just be realistic about it. I think the media is going to try to run with it and put too much pressure, just like they did on Lonzo. But just because we have there's a high ceiling for a player doesn't mean that we should have high expectations right out the gate. I think there's a big difference between that. And I think that's where individuals like you are keeping it realistic. You, me, DKM, a lot of those guys, IVD, who's on live with us right now. I think we're just being
Hey,
realistic in regards to these things.
so my guy,
How y'all doing, man?
Hey,
bless,
good
brother.
man. Good.
Y'all on the Jello Ball situation?
Oh yeah, man. And let me read this real quick. I am Marvy says Kobe scored 0 points in his first year. Exactly. I remember. I mean, I was little, but you can remember people just freaking out that Kobe didn't score in his first game, and he didn't have a good preseason. But everybody knew the talent was there. The same situation with LaMelo. I see the talent. I'm not worried about it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I remember that first game, man. Kobe won good. You know what I'm saying? He missed a lot of shots. It was crazy because there was so much hype around him because he was straight out of high school, and
Hmm.
it was. But the thing is that it's hard to judge anything right now as far as any of these players. Even Kevin Durant came back and had a dope game yesterday. What's to say that things don't change with anybody? So Melo had to me he had an excellent game. I mean, he had center stacks. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it. Like people like Dennis Rodman had, you know what I'm saying, double doubles with 0 points. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard for people to judge Melo or even with Zoe play. I think he played tomorrow. Either today or tomorrow.
No, he played today. Both LaMelo and
Okay,
uh,
okay.
Lonzo play at the same time.
Okay, cool. But either way, you know what I'm saying, it's hard to judge right now. And it's the preseason. So they're not really playing for it. Like, well, um Melo playing for a spot. He want that starting spot. You know what I'm saying? But I think they see what he can do in practice. I mean, he's 6'8" with no shoes on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so he the future of he the future of the franchise. So I believe he gonna do well. He already showed a lot of people say he got in the NBA that he ain't got no defense. He ain't got no defense. He had an awesome defense game,
Yeah.
and he still had the pass. He still had the assist. And he would have had more than that if they would have knocked down those shots. So I think he's gonna do well, man.
Agreed. Sarah Johnson. Now she be a disagreeing, but I'll allow her in the chat because she keeps it cordial. So she says maybe he doesn't want to play anymore though. Those may be his father's dreams, not his. She's talking about Jello. I think Jello loves the game of basketball. It's just that he had bad luck. And, sometimes that happens for players. That doesn't mean he doesn't love the game of basketball. I tell you right now, if Jello was in the NBA team and he was utilized, you'll see him smiling and being part of a team. He would definitely enjoy that.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to stop. Like this is the beginning. Like we think like they're in their late 20s, early 30s. No, Zoe is 23 and Jello is 22. They're still extremely young. You know what I'm saying, in the NBA. And if he was good enough to make the G League team and make a roster, he's good enough to be in the NBA. So he's not going to stop. I can't see that at all. And he's not following his brothers either. He's building his own foundation. He's trying to get from up under that. That's why he went the route he went. Because he probably could have had a spot on the Hornets team. You know what I'm saying? If they would have pushed it hard enough, but he wanted to do it his own way. Now, I hope that they can pull something off like that with the Hornets or the Pelicans. But I ain't gonna lie, I like to see him with New York or the Bulls, somewhere like that, somewhere that they have no chance of winning the championship this year, so he can get some time on the floor and shine.
Exactly. Sarah Johnson, we were talking about that one game Kobe had his first game where they overreacted and said, uh, is he worth it to be a high level draft pick out of high school? People were questioning Kobe because he scored 0 points his first game. Yeah, we didn't say the whole year.
Yeah, they said he was a bust. They said he was a bust after that first game. I guess I remember it so good. You know what I'm saying? And now he's top five. You know what I'm saying? Top 10 crazy greatest players of all time. So
Right.
y'all got to understand too with Jello. Jello is a shooter, and every team needs a shooter, and he's a defensive player. Like his defense, of like watching different things, with him on his defense is getting tight, and the shot is getting better. So for him not to be in the NBA at one point, that just don't make any sense to me. Just we gotta think about too. We on the outside. We're on the outside looking in. We don't know what's going on the inside. Him being dropped from the Detroit probably been the best situation for him. They had too many people on their roster anyway. They had four people that went on the main roster, and they had no slots on the main roster.
Yeah.
No, not at all. And KJB, what do you mean Jello got to humble himself? He's been humble for 2.5 years. I mean,
He's been humble.
I don't give him
Yeah,
that.
he's been humble. Yeah. No, he's
Yeah,
been humble. Yeah. I mean, this guy is Jello. Like, just to piggyback on what Ivy you said. I mean, he's been the most um like he's been the most, like, I think he's the brother that from the three that wants, not to say Lonzo and Lamelo do not want to play basketball as much as all the other NBA players, but I think he wants it even more because he has a point to prove, because he's been doubted his whole life. And he loves that the game of basketball as much as his brothers. So um his whole experience has been humbling. And just by going to Lithuania, going to and going to the JBA, and not being selected in the NBA draft, I mean, that's a humbling experience for him. So to say that he's not like he has to humble himself, that's way, like, even as an outsider, I think that's way past the truth. Like, the truth is he's had a humbling experience so far.
What do you think, Ivy?
he's way beyond humble. Like to me, he's too humble. You know what I'm saying? Because like
Yeah.
he's going into these. If you trying to get into an organization and it's not a slot for you, and you trying to beat somebody else with a spot, it's like in his situation, by him just coming off the surgery and things like that, he has to be probably the most humble, but yet still show aggression. And that's one thing I think that Melo has that Zoe don't have. I think since him like by him being the middle boy, I see a little aggression. I see a little of all three of them. No, I see a little both his brothers in him. Because he didn't necessarily have that aggression at first. Like Melo came with that aggression. Melo gonna cross you over. Melo gonna do this. Like you gotta think about Melo, like 2.5 years younger than him. So he played the same game. Like he played the same game for 2 years before Melo got on that high school team. And even in that high school team when Melo was like in eighth or ninth grade playing varsity basketball,
Mm-hmm.
like he came in as the shortest person on the team, and he was aggressive at a young age. But go back to Jello. Jello is, to me, he's almost too humble. I think he should be more aggressive. Even when he on you see him practicing, you see him throwing up the shots or throwing the ball back for it. It's more so like, yeah, I'm here, but when they give me a chance, I'm gonna take advantage of it. Now, sometimes you gotta go out for that chance. You gotta overdo it. You gotta overachieve. And I think that's one thing that Jello is missing. But when he get in the game and he get that foul and they don't call it, I can see him. I can see him really, what I'm saying, manning up on that.
Exactly. Shenko too says Jello has to learn to stand on his own. Lincoln to one of his brothers is not a good idea. At the time, he has to create his own identity. Um, I see your point, and I've also said that I just want to see Jello play. It doesn't matter if it's his brothers or not. I don't want Jello to have that stigma that he can't be successful without his brothers because Lonzo and LaMelo do not have that stigma. And I don't want that on him because that will make it seem like he's the weak brother.
Yeah.
What you think about that, DZ?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I totally agree with you. I think that I don't want Jello to certainly it's a bad idea to carry that stigma. Um, I think that at the same time, it's you need a balance with Jello. He can learn to stand on his own, but that doesn't mean that there shouldn't be any affiliation or any link to his brothers. He's always going to be linked to his brothers no matter what. I mean, you hear the name Ball, Jello Ball, you're always going to affiliate just his name and his popularity to his brothers Zoe and Mello. So I think that it's a bit not premature, but I do understand what he's saying. But there needs to be a balance. I don't think it's a bad idea to necessarily have his name linked to his brother at this moment in time. It's just that he's going through an experience, and it's just the beginning of his journey. Like I said the other day on your stream, DJ, this is the best thing that can happen to Jello right now. It's going to not going to be easy. It was never going to be easy. Getting cut from a G League, from the Detroit Pistons team on a non-guaranteed contract is no shame at all. It was not going. It was never going to be easy, and it most unlikely, he wasn't going to be. Most likely, it wasn't going to be offered a contract at the end of the day, like a guaranteed contract. It was just going to be it's too competitive, especially after coming out, after not playing basketball for such a long time, close to 2 years right now. So I think the best thing for him was to actually go back and should, you know, wait until he gets into a better situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that, man. But like me personally, I don't even care if he linked to his brothers. I just want an NBA. If he can get on the team with his brothers, I don't care if it's the practice team. I don't care what it is. Cause like people gotta understand. And I say this a lot. If you're the last person on the team that's playing basketball, you are a beyond exceptional player. You cannot make it to the last person that's sitting on the bench at the G League will kill you in the gym. They will kill you on the basketball court at the park. These are not just people at the park that you say that's cold and blah blah. No, these are professional basketball players, and we have to take that in consideration. Like he is a professional player, believe it or not. He went and played in Lithuania, and the JBA was a professional league. Guys that went to the JBA, they couldn't go back to college because they got paid to play basketball. So we gotta take that into consideration. He's an exceptional player. He got a record in playing high school basketball in California. Nobody broke his record. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
This, I mean, he's he's a MVP of a professional organization, the JBA. Even if people don't want to see it like that, that's the real, that's the truth. And if he wouldn't have got hurt in Lithuania, it would have been something different. And even when he played in Lithuania, you gotta understand, his ankle was as big as your fist when you balled it up, and he played on that hurt ankle through the JBA and Lithuania, and shoot, even at UCLA. So y'all just gotta take that into consideration, man. That he is not a bum. You do not make it to a two-way contract. You do not make it to the G League being a bum. You do not make it to the team being a bum. They had to see something with them. These are billionaires that own these corporations. There's nothing that JJ could have said to the Pistons. None of that, because you got billionaires spending big money. I don't care if it's $50,000 or $5,000. They cover where they spend their money.
Right
So
on,
this,
man.
this
We got. Oh, sorry about that.
no. I'm just saying this got to be understood.
Oh, facts, man. Man, this is a. It's already starting out with flames this morning, man. I told y'all, my brothers here, they're unfiltered. They're all about truth, and IVD is a real one. Subscribe to his channel because you're gonna miss out if you don't subscribe to him. We got True the King in the house. What's good, my brother?
Yo, what up? What up? What up, DJ? What up, everybody? What's up, RVD?
Peace, brother.
Yeah, man. Um, yeah, I saw a title of the video. I mean, yeah, what's next for Lonzo Ball? I mean, the next. I mean, just the grind, really. I mean, that's really the next to grind. You know what I mean? Until he accomplishes goals of having a career in the NBA. You know what I mean? Like I said before, y'all hit it on the head. For hard, I mean, you gotta grind. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing easy. Um, I mean, but Liangelo, they come from hard work. You know what I mean? They didn't get how they even right now being lazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the next step really just probably just grind the G League, get ready for a call up. I mean, just really that simple, really. Ain't nothing extra with he ain't gonna get no opportunity, no other people. Listen, man, like if he wasn't that good at people who say then it's like then he wouldn't be even considered even having a shot of making the roster NBA roster. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
he has potential there. You know what I mean? He's got to figure it out. Like I said, keep on working, and his time gonna come. Everybody, listen, man. There's a lot of players that had to grind. You know what I mean? That got drafted. Or there's people that got drafted that had to go overseas or play in the G League for a good amount of stint and had to come back. You know what I mean? It's gonna be. It's mean. So I think Leonard Ball ain't gonna be nothing different to them type of circumstances. So he should be fine.
I need to read this. Will B says Melo and Lonzo need to ball out, brother Jello. No, Lonzo and LaMelo need to ball out just for the name in the back of the jersey, for themselves and their family. Um, Everything else will come to fruition. Of course, if you see Lonzo balling out and you see LaMelo balling out, that's a good chance of Jello getting on the roster. Now, I don't care what any shine or hater was that dislike Jello would say. You can't tell me if those two ball out, Jello can't be on the roster.
Look at Giannis. Giannis got his brother on the team.
Exactly.
Like, come on now. Like, that don't mean. But I don't think they want to even be like that type of way in that situation. If they like in a situation when they both played with each other, it's gonna make sense where like Jello's gonna play. He ain't gonna be like, oh, Jello's gonna be on a team and ain't get no play. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a situation where like they all playing with each other. You know what I mean? Or
Exactly.
two or so. I mean, Jello, like I said, they own it. They their own men. You know what I mean? They don't like mind you, like okay, they are brothers, but they make their own decisions. You know what I mean? Like that's what they learn from their dad. You know what I mean? So it's like they don't want no handouts, man. Like they don't. That I don't know why people would act like they everything was given to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's just a
that's not
lie
the
the
that's
media
the
saying.
yeah.
What you
They
think,
make it seem like
IBD?
they spoiled.
Well, wherever Jello goes, he's gonna be exceptional. And the thing is, y'all don't understand that when you're the especially in a situation where it's three brothers in the NBA, just like Giannis and his brothers, and what's the guy that was
The holiday
the
brothers.
holidays? Yeah, the holidays. Like y'all gotta understand. Like by him being in this position he in to probably the eighth man on the bench on a team until he able to prove himself, that means that he got a possibility of getting on a really good team. You got to think about Giannis was the MVP for the last 2 years, right? The
Right.
MVP, but his little brother got a ring before him. Like that's what I'm saying. Leandro might be put in a situation where he get on a good team, and he the six or seven, eight man on the bench on a good team, and they mess up and win the championship. Like
Right.
y'all got to take that in consideration, man. It's like you just can't see it for what it look like on the outside. It's so many different gears and engines working on the inside of getting him in the NBA. You cannot make it to the G League without being an exceptional player. He didn't play one game in the G League. Didn't play one game and made a roster in the NBA. You got players in the G League that been playing for 5 years and they MVPs and winning championships in the G League and still ain't made a roster. He's
That's
dead
true.
exceptional. He's dead exceptional that you can't. He's dead exception that he played one game and made the roster. That's how good he is.
Right, and KJB, man, he at it again, man. I don't know what you got against Jello, but I'm gonna have my two brothers cook on this. He says, so it's gonna be easy to give up on a dream was right in front of you. Jello ain't played in 2 years. The league not giving him a deal right now. Yes, eat humble pie, go overseas for a minute.
What's
Um,
humble pie? Like I don't understand
yeah,
the
he been
humble
humble for
pie.
2.5 years.
I don't understand the humble pie. Like you act like that man ain't been work. See, I just understand. Like y'all make it seem like these people, like Landry ain't been working his ass off. Like he ain't been working. He ain't getting try to accomplish his goals. Like it's nothing is handed to him. They gotta listen. We don't. We all understand that nothing's gonna be handed to none of the brothers. You gotta work for it. You know what I mean? It's, I don't understand that. And it's like first of all, the overseas comment. First of all, it's a pandemic going around. It's easier said than done. Like you gotta understand the certain situations we in saying, "Oh, just go overseas." Like, or if it, hey, if Landro may say he don't want to go overseas, that's his choice. Maybe he feel low if he's confident enough and he feels he got the game enough. Hey, I can go and ball out in the G League and do what I gotta do. Why can't he do that?
I
Like, you
honestly,
know what I mean? He
oh
played
yeah,
college ball anyway. He already played Division 1 ball. If you know the situation that happened in whatever in China, whatever case may be, stopped that, whatever. He was like, y'all don't say any other player to go overseas. So don't why y'all saying that for Jello now? Come on, yo. That's corny.
see, the thing is, I don't know why people think overseas is the answer. You know what I'm saying? Overseas is not the answer at getting to the NBA all the time. And why would he? If like the thing is, he got cut from the team, but that don't mean that he's cut from the NBA. You see what I'm saying? That's not what that means. So when you got a situation with a player getting cut from the team, he got the choice to leave the NBA organization and go overseas. But if you're already a part of the organization, why leave? Now I understand that it may not be a G League. I think they're working on doing a tournament. Last thing I was reading is they work trying to work on doing a tournament or doing a bubble type situation. And what sucks though is that the 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 Pistons had sold their G League team. They got rid of their G League team. So even with Jello, if he go to G League, another G League team will have to pick him up. So I'm thinking the OKC Blue, if they steal a team and they put him in the first time, that they'll pick him up again. But going overseas is not the answer. Like people, they don't understand. Like basketball players go overseas a lot for money, not necessarily to get in the NBA all the time. Like if you've been playing your whole life playing basketball, junior high, high school, college, and then you don't make the NBA, that means that you ain't got no other trades. So you got to make money from somewhere. So going overseas is not always the answer, man.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
nah, everybody path is different. I don't. I
yeah,
mean,
I mean, I get your point, IVD. It's just that I think for Jello specifically, it's going overseas may not be a bad thing at the end of the day. I mean, it may be a good thing so that he can develop his game more. And just just play more professional basketball, develop his game, show his game, and I know we know that he does have obviously the potential to be on an NBA roster, of course, but I think going overseas or staying in the G League, will be good for him so that he can develop his game more. It's a win-win for Jello, honestly. Whether he goes overseas or goes straight to the G League, and it's going to be a win-win for him. So I think going overseas actually may not be a bad thing at the end of the day. I get what you mean. It's more it's more about making money overseas, but at the same time, too, will be an opportunity for him to develop his game more.
Yeah, I mean, I think any time for him to get on the basketball court is a great opportunity, if it's
Yeah.
overseas or not. I'm not opposed to him going overseas. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that that's not always the answer. When
Hmm.
people have problems in the NBA, like go overseas and play, blah blah. Nah,
Yeah.
you have a situation like put it like this. Melo got a lot of his shine before he even went overseas just by playing in the Drew League.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like he
Yeah.
got a lot of his shine from the Drew League. Now he just went overseas and capitalized on it.
Hmm.
He was gonna go to the NBA regardless. He had went to high school, did the high school thing, then he played in the Drew League, and then he went overseas. If he didn't go overseas, he only went overseas to put the icing on the cake. He would have got in the draft. Even if he came in as I mean, he would have got in the NBA. Even if he went in as an undrafted player. That's what I'm saying. Like, long as Jello get time, I don't care where he playing. Drew League, overseas, long as he on the floor. That's what that's what people need to see that he can actually play. So I'm not opposed to it. I'm just saying that's not the answer to every basketball player that get cut from a team.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Like that's definitely not the answer, not the only answer. Like there are multiple options. Especially for a guy like Jello right now, he has multiple options. He can either go to the G League or go overseas, or yeah. I mean, and he has great representation like Rod Nation, so I'm pretty sure they will find an opportunity for him, regardless, and he's going to be in a better position. He's got great connections like JJ and Chew, so he should be he'll be okay.
what else is on this KJ? He had it again. Go back to Europe. He was killing at 18. The best route to back to Italy. That's not the best. You don't know it's the best route. We don't even know really the behind the scenes of exactly what's the next step for him. He may have something planned. He may already in talks to be on another G League team and get on. You know what I mean? You
Hmm.
can't just necessarily say that.
Yeah, because
Like
I just shared the tweet. Well, I on my last video, I did the tweet where LeVar Ball said we just getting started. You see what I'm saying? Like we're
right,
just on the outside looking in. You know, it's like it's so many gears and motors and engines working to get him in the NBA. Like look at the views that I don't know if y'all looked online and looked at the views that the Pistons game got they first two games in their preseason. They views gonna drop. They views are gonna drop heavily their next game because we know that Liangelo on our team. I watched two full games of the Pistons. I haven't watched that much Pistons since the first Bad Boys.
right.
Like for
Yeah.
real, like even when they won the championship, I only watched the finals in the 2000s, early 2000s. I only watched the finals. I didn't even watch them in the season. I didn't even know they was that good until to the playoffs.
Right.
So
Like,
if any
it,
team just get him and sit him on the bench, they're gonna get those views.
all right. I don't. Yeah, I don't. It's that like guaranteed deals, right? NBA team signs. guaranteed deals for Europe. That's not all the time though. You know how many Americans overseas right now that been grinding for years.
Facts, man.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now, you can't Jimmy Fredette, a popular name, a popular before he got in the NBA, a popular player, but he's still overseas grinding. Come on now, it's not easy to thing done. Like everybody, like here's the thing that too, like uh, what's his name, KJB. Like here's the thing, like if you was that close, you think like if you was in that same position as Leandro, oh I'm just gonna I just gotta go overseas. Like no, you're not. You're gonna be like, listen, I'm here. I'm knocking at the door. I'm kicking the door. I'm gonna kick it down. I'm right here at my destination. I'm gonna keep like I'm right here. Like you know what I mean. The fact that I put on a Pistons jersey on, like you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
why? Like come on, that don't make any sense.
yeah, he
It's
already
a lot of
won.
people in the G League. Yeah, it's a lot of people. It's been the people in the G League and been bound for Rockford for a while. It's like why they would go overseas? It's no point for them going overseas because their opportunity is right there. You know what I mean? You get and you still getting paid. You may not be the money as an NBA player, but still you getting the opportunity and you have to stay close at home.
Yeah,
Like that. I mean,
Yeah.
and he's not. And he doesn't need it. And he doesn't need the money. So it's like he only gonna be focused. You know what I mean? So that's even a plus. That's the other reason why, like, okay, why he specifically like, only if he go overseas, it gotta make sense. You can't just go overseas. Oh well, this not working out. I'm gonna go overseas. It gotta make sense.
yeah, and people, and then the thing is, man, like to people that never played the game of basketball or don't know the inside of basketball. Like I'm a very short person. I for short to some, like I'm 5'6". I made it very high in the game of basketball. And the thing is that people think when they say go overseas, they mean that you can just go over there and play basketball. No, that's not easy either. You got
Yeah.
to do the same thing you do to get in the G League, the NBA, in the Drew League or whatever league. You got to go over there and practice. You got to go over there. You got to have a manager. You got to have people in order. You got to have
Right.
it's the same thing. It's like going overseas is not that easy.
Yeah.
And like you
And
said at first, bro, especially with the pandemic going on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that easy. Even when you say for instance you make it on a team overseas, right? Say for instance you make it. That's not. It's still not easy. They can
Yeah.
ball in other
Mm-hmm.
yeah, them
countries.
dudes is ball,
Oh
man.
yeah.
They got like, it's not. It's competitive, and it's only like it's very competitive. You know what I mean? Everybody trying to get the same position that Liangelo trying to do right now. You know what I mean? Everywhere he go at, he's gonna be like so. Like if it be different, if it's different, if he couldn't get a G League spot and he could be on the roster, then I like okay, I agree with you. Okay, maybe I go overseas, but that's not the case. He's shown that he can make a G League team and it was on a preseason roster. You know what I mean? That's highly impressive. A lot of people don't even make it to that level, be on a preseason roster.
Yeah,
So
like it's I definitely agree with you guys that it's arguably harder actually overseas to making a roster too because I mean if you actually think about the European League, it's like it's really hard to play in such leagues. I mean there are a lot of dogs in that league and
you only
uh
allow like two Americans. You only have
yeah,
like two American players.
exactly.
And language barriers and all that stuff you gotta go through and coaching tell a coach over there talk to a whole different language sometimes. You know what I mean? Like it's
It's
Hey,
like
I
difficult.
gotta say this. I gotta say this. They already had the Pistons. They already had the roster set. I made a video a while back, a couple days ago, saying that don't be surprised if Jello was cut. Now he got cut too early,
Hmm.
but I said don't be surprised if Jello was cut. They had 15 players on guaranteed contracts. Unless one of the guaranteed contract players played like dog shit, that was the only way Jello was gonna be on. I'm just surprised he was cut this early. That was my thing.
right.
And people not taking into consideration that he just wasn't cut. Like he wasn't the only one. It was three other players that got cut too.
Facts.
J.R. Smith got cut.
And the other guy, he played in the game. He got
Are
cut
you
the
talking about
same
Lamb?
night he played.
Yeah, nobody talking about Zaire Smith, and Zaire Smith had a lot of he was way more had more upside like people, you know what I mean, than Jello,
Yeah, he was a first round pick
and
for
he
the
getting
Sixers.
cut. And he been being in the G League. So why, that's another thing. This too though, man. Why everybody saying this to Jello? Y'all don't be saying this the same thing. Other people that been struggling trying to make a, you know what I mean? They had a grind. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
don't understand that.
but
I mean,
yeah, yeah. I mean, what kills me is that they did not even give him a single minute just
Right.
just to show out. Like it I understand. I understand he's not probably not the most talented of you know of even the non-guaranteed starters, but still, like, at least give the guy an opportunity just to play at least a minute. Just get him his first minutes in the basketball court. At least give him that, even if you knew that you were not going to sign him. Like, a lot of they know, and they are not stupid, that a lot of people tune in to see Jello play. A lot of people tune in to see Jello play, and that can be crushing to anybody's confidence. And I hope that doesn't crush him. I hope to the Most High that Jello takes this experience and gets stronger from that. But that can crush anybody. That can crush anybody, and it hurts too for you know a player that we know has good potential, and he does not even get a single minute to play. I mean, I would feel
Yeah.
used if I was Jello. I would feel used. I would be like, hey, you guys, I signed a non guarantee contract and you guys are not even giving me a single minute just to show, what I can do. You know, it's
Man, we
unfortunate.
got 313 in the building. I've been waiting on this fast.
Yeah, I was about to say, Jello got injured, man. He would have played in the last game if he didn't get hurt. If you watch the first preseason game warm up, you'll see Jello running around shooting. You watch the preseason game warm up the last game, you see Jello walking around doing nothing. So it like I wasn't really I had to go back and look at it. And otherwise he would have got I was surprised he got cut, but my man just said, yeah, we cut a couple other players that I was mad about getting cut. So Troy Weaver don't care about none of these players, man. Because Lewis King is a very nice prospect, and we were just like, yeah, you gone. And he was on a 2-way contract. But I definitely feel like we got to see what happens with when the NBA extends those rosters. Like I don't think Jello's going overseas or anything like that. I think he'll be in the G League and he'll be in the NBA in a couple months, man. I don't think it's that bad. It's just things happen like that sometimes. Like I told you, DJ, I fully expected him to play the last 5 minutes of that game, but he was hurt. It's like that's where I was expecting to see him. Like that's crazy, man. It just had like sometimes it's NBA. It just happens like that. You get hurt at the wrong time, and you got to start from the ground up and try to build. So he'll be all right though. I'm not as concerned as some other people. I think he'll be like in the NBA in a few months. Like I don't think he's gonna be funneled out or anything. Jello is too popular to not get another opportunity. He'll be fine.
Hey yo, I heard I was breaking up a little bit, but I'm gonna get off here. I'm not on my setup. That's why I ain't got my camera on. So I wanted to send a big shout out to everybody that's in the everybody's in the live. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell. Make sure those likes are on an all time high right now. If y'all enjoying the content, big shouts out to the panel and DJ man. I appreciate you for having me. Y'all
Always.
going? Yeah, man. When y'all got time, check out IVD Press on YouTube. And when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I got a dope giveaway. I'll talk to you about it, DJ. We'll wrap. But I got a dope giveaway. I'm doing at 1,000 subscribers. And man, just stay tuned, man. And I love the content, DJ. Keep it going, bro.
Absolutely. Y'all heard that, man? Y'all better subscribe to this
Hey,
brother's
yeah,
channel.
Shroud
hey,
RVD
man.
press, man.
Yeah.
Hey
For
yo,
Yeah.
real.
We
hey
support.
DJ,
What's
I'm gonna
up?
go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and say it because like I do a whole lot of business ventures and I'm into jewelry, man. I want to give out a custom jewelry piece, like a custom necklace or something with the name on it, probably Sterling Silver starred off, Cuban Zirconia diamonds with their name probably up to 7 letters or something like that. And when I get to a
Sure.
thousand, I'm gonna do I'm gonna go on Google and do like a pick from 1 to 1,000. And the winner, I'm gonna give them a custom piece of jewelry, man.
already, man. Y'all heard that, man. I'm telling you, all I bring on is real ones. Every brother that's on this panel, they got their own thing going on. They're authentic. They don't agree to just to agree to fit in. They got their own opinions. We don't have to argue and yell like belligerent fools. This is why I love what I'm doing, man. And yeah, y'all support IBD Press, man. He got a good channel, underrated content, and the brother's real, man.
Man,
Brother's real.
I appreciate it, DJ, man. I'm gonna let y'all brothers have it, man. Much love, man. Y'all be blessed for sure.
Man,
Already.
likewise, man.
All praise the Most High. All right, we still got the panel in.
Yeah, but I was just thinking how like we got to figure out how injured he is, because like I don't think the Pistons cut him if they think he can get on the court at least in the next few preseason games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
that's
it,
probably why they caught him.
like they wouldn't cut him if he like if it was a bang up. They're like, okay, because I trust me, the Pistons, they're smart. They're gonna play Jello if they can play him even if it's 2 minutes. So that injury maybe it's like a 2-3 week type of thing, and they're like, oh yeah, we're not gonna be able to play you, so we're gonna cut you. And like my man said, we cut some other players, and like one of them specifically, I really liked, so I didn't like that at all. So you know, that's the only thing I'm concerned about, because didn't he have ankle injuries before?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did. He had ankle surgery. He just came off of that.
Yeah, that does concern me, because I feel like Troy Weaver, man, his connection with Jello with the previous G League team, we were gonna give him a shot. I definitely believe that. So now I'm thinking about it. That does concern me a little bit.
Yeah, that's the only thing. His ankle injury. I mean, I mean, hopefully if he can get that right, that I mean, stay healthy and all that stuff, and just get opportunity, he gonna have the opportunity. I mean, I don't think it's really a big deal. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I mean,
No, me neither. Like I said, I think Jello's gonna be in the NBA. Like if the ankle's fine, he'll be in the NBA in a few months, man,
hey man, hey, I know
on a
Boston
roster.
got Boston got a G League team, man. Hey man, main main red clothes, man.
No, there's plenty of
Mm-hmm.
teams that'll pick up Jello for
Hey
many
man,
reasons. So I'm not worried about that. He just got to stay healthy, man. You like this is that was the worst possible thing that could happen to him.
yeah,
Getting injured when you just probably about to get a chance to play.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, but like ankle injuries ain't the end of the world when it comes to ankle injuries necessarily though. 'Cause I know Steph Curry, he was beginning of his career, he was dealing with a lot of ankle injuries. So I mean, and he was worse. It was worse than Jello's, if I remember. So I mean, he should be fine. He should be all right. He stays open.
Nice, man. I gotta read it. Bobby Gibson says if you're in the NBA, you have to do one thing exceptionally well. Jello doesn't do anything well. Well, I gotta say this,
Yeah,
bro. Man. Jello may not have the flashiness as his brother LaMelo or the IQ of Lonzo, but he could shoot. That's a skill enough. He's the best shooter out of all brothers.
listen, you
See, this
don't
is the
make
problem.
NBA roster. Like you don't make an
Yeah,
NBA roster like not having like a certain talent. Even like okay, like a Taco Fall. Like you know why Taco Fall in the league because of course because he's seven he do like 7'5", 7'7", whatever. And plus he can protect the room and he clogs the paint. Like when you do certain especially well and people think oh shooting, rebounding, and necessarily like listen, like those are exceptional skills. Like you can make your league, you know what I mean? You don't gotta be a superstar or be a well-rounded player to make a great even a great career. Like, you know what I
Bro,
mean? I don't
there are things called spot up shooters, right? Like you can't tell me, and I'm not saying Jello has to be limited to that, but you can't tell me Jello can't sit open in the corner and hit threes. Like, come on, stop. Like, come on, you can't tell me he can't do that. I know he can do that.
like come on, man. Like it's a lot of people like shoot even that could even like it like for like it's like Steve like somebody like C Kerr for example. C Kerr was he what hey, if he couldn't do anything else, we all know he could do is shoot, right? Man, he would have made a hell of it, had a great career. Was no superstar or nothing, but he had a solid career as a role player, and he was one of the best shooters. That was his key. That was key out why he's in the league, and look where he got him now. You know what I mean? Look how they all transpired. Him being, you know what I mean, having one talent. You know what I mean?
Trust me, the Pistons not bringing him on our team if he can't shoot. Trust me, because we need shooters. So, so they not bringing him on the team if he can't shoot that ball. Trust me.
You, especially if you ain't never seen Liangelo Ball shoot, because every time, even the class he came up with, he was the best shooter in that the class of people he even came up with going to college and high school and all that stuff. He was always the best shooter. So I don't understand that one.
Yeah, Jello's the best shooter out of the three, like IVD Press said. It, to say that he doesn't have a skill for the NBA is cap, man. He has at least that one skill that his other brothers do not have. I'm telling you, if Lonzo and LaMelo, if they shot like Jello, man, they wouldn't have nearly as much as haters than they have right now. I guarantee.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right. And it's crazy. Like when you make it to that level, you have to have a certain type of skill, a niche that got you there. Like,
Yeah.
like that
That's
don't
why.
even make any sense.
Yeah, that's why I get turned off when I hear guys say, "Oh, he's only in the league because of his brothers, and all that." I'm like, you just don't get in the league because it's you got true brothers that are playing. There needs to be a level of talent for you to play in the league. So like for you to even get into as a non-guarantee starter for for an NBA team, there has to be talent there. So for people to say, "Oh, you know, the guy is not that's talented," that's just cap. That's just cap. Let's be honest, because he can shoot and he's definitely developed his skills and he's faster from what we see from the videos and all that. And so maybe he might not have the same level of playmaking ability like Lonzo and Melo, but he definitely has has he definitely has talent for sure.
Yeah, he definitely is the
Mhm.
best shooter in all the by far. It ain't even close.
No,
You
man,
No.
and
know.
considering how well, like, Lonzo shot in college, and like Lonzo's always been a naturally great shooter, and Jello is just better. And I'm like, if you put
Yeah.
this man in the NBA, he gonna be shooting 40% easily. Because I think
Yeah.
Lonzo gonna be shooting 40%. So no, he definitely is a sniper, man. But I just feel like with Jello, every NBA story is different, and we got a lot of haters. So they think that now that he's like now that he got cut, he's not gonna be back in the league. Man, this player that had to try 6-7 years just to get into the league to find
Right.
a niche. So
PJ Tucker.
the,
PJ
the,
Tucker.
the main player I remember is I can't remember his name. Help me out. But that dude for the Spurs, I think it was, and he came out of
John
nowhere.
Simmons. John
Yeah,
Simmons.
him.
Paid like five hundred
Yeah,
dollars for
bro.
for a
You know how
tryout.
hard he had to work to get to the league.
Paid five
Hell,
hundred dollars for a trial. Yeah.
bruh, grinding year after year after
Mhm.
failure, year after year, and finally got to the league. So Jello's gonna be all right, man.
Like I don't be understanding that, man. Like y'all gotta stop hating, man. I don't. Y'all gotta stop hating. I don't know why y'all be hating on the Ball family. Ain't that deep, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these
they take it
haters.
Cause
seriously,
y'all don't
bro.
because y'all don't be having that same energy for other players and
Hmm.
other great players that act like that. Like for example, Luca. Y'all be praising person like Luca, act like that man got no flaws in his game. But when somebody like Lonzo and all the other people, y'all got quick to say something about him, man. Come on, man.
Bro, the
Oh, he
haters
can't
are
do
out.
this. Oh, he can't do this. Or he can't do that. But y'all don't be saying the same thing with other players. Come on, man. Cut the
Yeah,
lights cap. I'm
they
sick of
keep on they keep on and it's crazy because these haters keep on coming up with these recycled arguments about the Aaron Fox and Lonzo Ball. Let's be honest, when has the Aaron Fox when has he done shit in the NBA? I want to know, like,
Yeah, I mean
what has he
he
done?
he doesn't. He's a great talent, but he hasn't done nothing.
Yeah, he
He
hasn't
hasn't
done
done
anything.
nothing. He don't even
So
want to be in
yeah,
Sacramento.
exactly. I will say I'll pick, and I'm not to say that, not I'm not saying this because I'm a Lonzo fan, but I'll pick Lonzo over De'Aaron Fox any day. I don't care what you say. Like, this guy has playing, he can make a team better, and Lonzo Ball will be a better player at the end of the day, provided that he gets
Yeah.
better every single season. I
That
believe
man,
so.
yeah, that man
I
De'Aaron
mean,
Fox. I ain't
De'Aaron
no.
nasty though. De'Aaron is a
He
very, very
nasty, but
good
in the
player.
day, listen, I like De'Aaron Fox too, but I think he almost about to peak.
No, I
You know
think
what I mean?
I say he about a couple years from peaking.
But like he almost there, but it's like, but he got paid that big money of max contract, and he ain't
Yeah.
really been doing nothing. I mean, he's good, but it's like you paid him the same amount of Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum.
Nah,
That
Well,
shit
it's
yeah.
just,
crazy.
I mean, it's just
He hasn't even taken
that's what
that.
they expect from him sometimes. Because I
Yeah.
remember when Jamal Murray got paid and he hadn't really done much before when he got paid. People were very, very upset about that. So
Well,
they believe in
Bro,
Fox.
you got Nikola
thing, but here's the
Jokic.
thing is this but they did that because they already know who their team had though. They who their team constructed. Like Darren Fox is right now the best player on the Kings. So
Well, hey, brother, I gotta read this because I see some haters on there. I don't know if he's a hater or not, but it sounds like it. Isaiah Darden. He says, "My thing is why no one is talking about this injury. I find it funny how Jello has been playing on a bad ankle for years, but a little sprain, he won't play on it. Make it make sense. What y'all think?
I
man,
look, I'm from Detroit, bro. He probably should have played on that ankle unless he couldn't play on it. I'm gonna be honest. Like that's just how I feel. Maybe you might not feel that way, but unless you like could, because I didn't have an injured ankle before, so unless you like couldn't walk on that boy, you could have been like, no, just give me 2 minutes, just a couple, like. But other than that, man, that's not really in his control. It's up to the Pistons at the end of the day what they want to
right.
do. They don't care if he can play injured. You know what I'm saying?
They don't want to be because they don't want to be responsible for that either though. Priest, they don't
Right.
want to be responsible of him like so.
Yeah. What if
I
he
mean
beats
that's
tough, like I
yeah,
just said, and goes out there and snaps it? Then what?
exactly. But I don't understand that comment though. Also, he got a hurt. And first of all, listen, Steph Curry was about to get traded because of having a bad ankle.
Oh, no one talks about that,
Look,
brother.
Steph Curry has like
Like,
the
come
biggest
on, man.
revisionist history career probably in NBA history. Like
I don't want to
the
talk about
things
that. That
people were saying about Steph before 2015. Oh my goodness.
I mean,
Hmm.
the thing he legit was at one point in time the most underrated player in the NBA, arguably. Now it's like so it's like people see that's people like to say that's why y'all and like sports fans we gotta stop we gotta stop talking saying things after the fact like saying things a point after the fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I see a lot of people do that. They say things after the fact because it sounds cool, but like, come on, y'all wouldn't be saying that at that point in time. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like y'all just forget, and y'all like to forget stuff so quickly. Like, listen, we legit. Steph Curry legit was going to get traded because of an ankle injury. These are
Yeah.
Yeah,
facts.
and they gave him an extremely cheap deal because of that injury.
Yeah.
These are like, come on now, like this is not like
I I think that's a consequence of the media themselves. I think the fans, a lot of fans, especially these casual fans these days, are so easily influenced by the opinions of these media pundits like Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp, and who are pretty much like haters of certain figures on the team. Like I believe Stephen A. Smith likes, for example, LeVar Ball, and he respects him. But at the same time, I think that he's got some hate on him because he's a quote unquote feminist sometimes, I believe. But yeah, but I like it. Personally, that's how I feel about him. But I think that when guys like Stephen A. Smith go on TV and talks about players like Lonzo and Markel Fultz and say some of these acidine statements, and then the fans will the fans will say these same statement will use these same statements in their arguments. Oh, Lonzo Ball is not as aggressive enough, and which he isn't sometimes, but they'll use these same statements each season to prove that Lonzo Ball is not the better player than a guy like De'Aaron Fox, who hasn't done shit in the NBA so far. So like they start creating this type of acidine, statements. And then because the other day they watch TV and they think that just because Stephen A. Smith or Shannon Sharp or Skip Bayless said some crazy statement, they know more about sports than the person that has been watching sports for a whole flipping 40 years or something like
Yeah,
that. I'm just saying that as an example, but you get what I mean.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
IBD
exactly.
Press had that right on there, man. They didn't
Yeah.
do it a
No,
traditional way.
no, I told you, man, they living in that instant validation era. Like NBA is way more about player development than people give them credit for. It's 3 to 5 years for every young player. Three to
Hmm.
five. Like if you 5 years in the league and you still ain't done nothing, then you nothing. Like Andrew Wiggins, that's what you are, bro. Because
Yep.
you've been in the league for 6 years. But you see guys like Giannis, guys like Jimmy Butler, guys like Kawhi Leonard, guys like Brandon Ingram, guys like D'Angelo Russell in his fourth season. It's 3 to 5 years, but Stephen A. When you as hyped as Lonzo was, or as talkative as LeVar is, they're gonna hate. You know, same thing with LaMelo, they're gonna hate. And it's just instant validation. If you ain't dropping 17 your rookie season, you basically a scrub in these eyes of
Yeah,
a lot of these pundits. And people they don't know nothing about basketball. I bet you most casual fans never even heard the 3 to 5 concept because they don't know nothing about basketball. So
Mhm.
that's just how it is. But don't worry, this year it's a wrap. I'm about to have so much fun. I'm gonna be the most hated Lonzo Ball fan in the
I mean,
world,
I being
bro.
hate. I mean, Lonzo. Listen, Lonzo opened his mouth though. He had no choice. He had no choice. He got
What
no.
you
Mhm.
mean?
He opened his
The
mouth.
fact that he opened his mouth made me 100% confident because he know what he about to do.
I think he's gonna have a bounce back year. I think he's gonna have his best year in his career myself. But like now you got to deliver. You you
Yep.
Yeah.
He
you
gonna
said out your
deliver.
I,
mouth.
I,
You
He
got to
gonna
deliver.
deliver. He gonna
yeah,
do
he's
it.
got to deliver.
He
I
gonna
mean, like,
deliver.
if you have to think about it though, like, I don't know if you guys saw the Stephen Gundy yesterday. He said that Lonzo Ball has been the most vocal in the training camp, like,
Right.
so
I
far.
like
He
that.
has been the most vocal, and he's organized the team defensively and offensively. So that shows a lot of progression from everyone.
Yeah.
And Lonzo Ball, like, and we've seen Lonzo Ball as a pretty much composed, quiet guy. Now he's more vocal, and that's one part of the game I've always said that he has to improve on, being more vocal. And
Especially at a point
I know
guard.
I know DJ said the same thing too. So I think that just by him doing that shows a lot of growth, and that's going to give him that dog mentality on on that leadership quality that he needs in order to become a better player. So I think this is going to be a big year, and I can bet on it that he's going to really improve.
I just think Zoe has a little bit more Lavari in him than we give him credit for. Just put it like this: think about any time that Zoe's been disrespected in the NBA and what happens the next game. From his first game in the NBA to Kendrick Perkins calling him a bust, what happened the next night? To like whenever Lonzo is disrespected or challenged, he always answers the call. And when he said put my stats next year, and when the bubble ended the next day, he's training. Yeah, nah, he's definitely ready. Man said I'm
But
a triple
yeah,
double threat every
yeah.
night.
Right.
Yeah, he's like, come on,
The
man.
question is he got to do that on a consistent basis. We all know he
Yeah.
has the talent and what he got able to do. So now he got to put that together and have it be more consistent and do that deliver every other night.
Well, he
Every
wasn't
night.
consistent because he ain't had the skills, and those are the skills that we're assuming that he's the. I mean, we've seen it if we've seen the clips. It's just those small subtle offensive skills that you need to develop. I still remember when Zeke was like Lonzo's gonna be fine because offense is the easiest thing to learn in the NBA. Said that as a rookie. He's like, but that defense and that passing is
Right.
something you can't teach. So no, I definitely that's why he wasn't consistent because he didn't have those offensive tools, lack of finishing. We know the issues, but he said he was gonna work on his in between game. So I'm excited for this man. Like I can't wait, man.
The reason
Yeah.
why I'm confident is because he signed with Clutch Sports, and Clutch Sports has the best training, the best nutritionist. That alone tells me he's about to go off. If Lonzo goes off, the price of the brick, quote unquote, if you haven't watched The Wire, the price of the brick went up. If Lonzo balls out, no pun intended, Clutch Sports will be the most it's already popular, but it's gonna blow everybody out the window if Lonzo has the season I think he will. Because they're gonna be like, if Lonzo can improve under them, I gotta sign with Clutch Sports.
Right. It's like, yeah. So I mean, it's all about the guidance, man. Having been situation and when it comes to training and all that stuff. So I mean, it's gonna be an interesting season, man. A lot of young players got a lot to prove. A lot of young players got lots to prove next season. You know what I mean?
I just feel like, man, like, we're not Lonzo, but if I was this guy and I was struggling in a career, I would have looked in the mirror like, yo, I gotta be better. And I feel like that's what he did. He looked
Yeah.
in the mirror and was like, yo, I'm not about to be a bust. I'm not
You
about to
can't,
be
you
no
can't, you
scrub.
can't, and you
He
can't because
looked
his
at it.
draft class is so
He
good. You
he
can't
got
do it.
Melo too. He like Melo about to come in the league. He like, no, bro.
It's a
I'm
yeah,
about to show them what I'm about because I'm not gonna go out like that. And like I said, every time he's been challenged, he showed up and he's delivered. So I
right.
definitely. And the main thing I was telling DJ about SVG, much as I don't like him because he ruined my Pistons. He's demanding way more out of Lonzo than any of his other coaches. He's actually telling him to be aggressive in attack and telling him the team can't win if he don't do that. Just that type of belief, and you know how LeVar always talked about belief. Gentry did believe in him in spurts, but that's what's gonna help him out in the long run. And I just feel like Drew Holiday not being there gonna make everything easier. Nothing against Drew, but it was kind of his team, kind of his franchise. You know what I'm saying? Now that he's gone, it's just a smoother transition to do everything. Eric Bledsoe's a good player, but he's not going to be able to surpass Lonzo or anything like that. It's just not good enough. I'm just be honest. You saw what Lonzo did to Eric Bledsoe in the second game, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Then he scored a triple double on him in Milwaukee. Dang, so
I mean, Bledsoe most likely going to start with Lonzo though. That's
no,
probably
of
going to most
course.
likely be their lineup. So I'm interested in seeing that Zion and Brandon Ingram and Steve Adams. So I mean,
No,
it's gonna
Steven
lot like
Adams is the biggest pickup. Y'all Pelicans fans. Yeah, I don't think y'all know what y'all got in that man. Like he's about to be so great. He's the best center those ever had.
so yeah. So I mean, yeah, you right about that. You right about that. So it's gonna be, yeah, Lonzo, yeah, especially because Lonzo, yeah, I feel he kind of had the realization of like who look at people who is in his draft class is right, and it's like the pressure. Listen, I'm not gonna be a bust in this draft class. You know what I mean? 'Cause that draft class is very solid. You know what I mean? That's one of the best like that's a great draft class. And he's like, okay, my brother coming in, he made like, you know what I mean? It's a lot. Like he looking himself in the mirror, like, you know what? I can't be bad. I gotta perform. I gotta produce and I gotta perform. Simple as that. You don't want to be left behind like that, cause that'd be like,
Right,
man,
and you think about that bag too. So
that bag also.
right, right. So no,
But I don't think, but I don't
it's
think,
multi
yeah.
layered, man. It's multi layered, man.
But I don't think when it comes to the ball frame, they don't really care about the money like that. Really, they care about the money, but it's like they do things outside of basketball, business wise. You know what I mean? They just love the game of basketball. You know what I mean? That's what it. So
I don't even think
I
it's about caring about money. I just think he want to be paid what he worth. Like
right,
if
yeah,
they were like Lonzo, we want to go get throw set free agent in here, but we still need to sign Zion in 2 years. Take less. He probably would do it because he's Lonzo.
right,
But of course, Clutch Sports is gonna be like, oh no, man. You see what this man did? You see these stats? I need all the bread.
yeah, definitely. Like he gonna get paid. If he play have a good season, great, so whatever, he bounce back, he gonna get paid. So it's gonna be something though, man. The Pelicans, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. See what they gonna do. The whole ball family, really though. I mean, like what Melo also gonna do also. So that's gonna be
Exactly.
very interesting, man.
IVD Press says we got 11 likes in this video. Let's get the likes up. You heard it, man. Get the likes up so we can keep
Yeah,
chopping up on this real discussion, man. You don't get it anywhere else. This is authentic. This is a real conversation. And y'all want us longer? Gotta get those likes up.
you gotta get them likes up, man. Likes is free, man.
Yeah. The
Likes
easiest
is
thing you can
free,
do.
man. Likes is free. Share it. All that stuff is free, man. It may take a little bit of your time, a little bit, couple seconds, but it's free, man. Nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah, Zozo says, so is it possible to critique a player without being called a hater? I like Zoe, but I'm gonna always keep it 100. He has a bright future, and I'm not gonna cap for him compared to his peers looking shaky. Here's what none of us really capped for Lonzo in the video. We just kept it real. We said if he does this, then he'll have a good season. We didn't go out saying that Lonzo will average a triple double. Lonzo will be an all-star. We never said it. We said
Yep.
if he does these things, he can have a great year, a great career, and a great future. That's all we said. Now the haters, we're calling out people who take it personal, who are calling these kids us, who said that Liangelo is career's done. We're talking about those people being haters.
Yeah, people irrational with no logic and just saying something to say stuff. Like people, I understand
Yeah.
where you cut. Like I get called delusional or get called a hater if I critique somebody. If I have a like I critique somebody, it's like I'm not hating. I'm just critiquing on what it is case may be. Like you know what I
Hey
mean.
man,
Like I
I'll
get
put it
called.
like this: Lonzo puts us through a roller coaster these last few years. DJ would know what I'm talking about, specifically that Warriors game. Um, but I just feel like I'm not really worried about that with him. And if you listen to this stream, I mean, even though we were bigging him up, we were criticizing the deficiencies in his game and the skills that he lacked, which is what he needs to work on. So we always keep it a buck. My thing about him is though, like we can't act like even now he not like a top two defender because Bam Adebayo in his class and the best passer in his class still. So let's not forget that.
Right,
Yeah,
that's other good point. You know what I mean? So I mean,
that,
it,
yeah,
and Lonzo got like I said, it's Lonzo. He got to step his game up, and he knows that. You know what I mean? It's not like you could got example, Bam, another person with his draft class, Jason Tatum's. Like it's like you know what I mean. Donovan Mitchell, them two dudes, that's like one of the best players in the NBA. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot of people better than Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum. So it's like Lonzo
Right.
wants to be on that level. He know that Lonzo wants to be at that level. So it's like you know what I mean. It's a
Right.
lot like Markel Fultz around the corner. Shoot, me, he compete. He competing somewhat, somewhat against Markel Fultz. You know what I mean? In a sense, it's like
hmm
he's Markel Fultz in the same situation.
But see, it's funny. I just feel like this draft is gonna be very, very good when you look back on it from 5 years from now. Because I think Folks is gonna get better, even
Right.
better. I just feel like Philly destroyed that man. I'm just be 100, and now he got to rebuild his whole persona now, and he's doing it. But yeah, I think he's gonna get much better, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
that draft class definitely very, very great, man.
Yeah, I think with Zoe, it's just about just it all has to do with mentality. If he believes that he can be the best player possible, um, the best player in his in on his team and in the NBA, one of the best point guards. It's I know he can do it, and and that would translate to the court. And I'm pretty sure that's why he hired. He decided to join Clutch Sports, get Rich Paul as his agent, and to make sure that he puts himself in the best possible situations, and seems like I'm pretty sure he believes that he's the best point. He can be the best point guard. Um, like it's all about mentality, because once you, I'm pretty sure we can all attest to it that when we believe that we are the best in our craft, we'll do whatever it takes to get there. That's what a ruling class mentality is. you know if we believe that we're the best at something, we're going to do whatever it takes to get there. It doesn't matter what we do, we'll get there. So I believe the same thing with Lonzo. It's all about mentality, honestly. Like, he does have the skills, he just has to believe that he's the best at it.
Yeah. Like you said, it's a ruling class mentality. And I
Yeah.
know Lonzo was tired of being um, joked on and and ridiculed. He's tired of it. And there's a time and a place when a man gets fed up. And I got a comment from Big Mama. She said, DJ is my favorite YouTuber. Thank you. We got a lot of great content creators, especially these brothers on this panel. But I thank you for that, Big Mama. And by the way, Big Mama, what are you cooking for Christmas?
But
Because
see the
we
thing,
love Big Mama. You know,
but
Big Mama.
but with all these young players, like players that you believe that can get better and you know have high hopes for, like Alonzo. When I have high hopes for these players, I watch the small things. So I'm watching him in the off season. I'm watching, how much he's working in all the 2 days and just how much work he's putting in. Because if he doesn't work as hard as he's worked, he's not gonna be as good as he can be. And I feel like Lonzo has showed us that he's a hard worker. So I'm definitely expecting a lot from him this year because I saw him put the work in. I saw a few players put the work in, and they looking like it turned into fruition. So, and I just feel like the main thing to me though is Stan Van Gundy is gonna let him. He's gonna let him do it. He's going to give him a chance to like be that guy. So I'm very excited because to me, the coaching is really what matters at the base and the end of it.
Exactly, man. I'm gonna wrap this up, man. And I'll be back again for another live stream with all the Ball brothers playing at the same time. I'm sure I'm gonna have you on the panel. But thank you guys, man. And tune in at 3 o'clock. Let's see, Pacific time. 3 o'clock Pacific time today. I'll be going live talking about that game. So be there. True the King, subscribe to his channel, True the King TV. He's a real one. Subscribe to 313 JMO and subscribe to DZ King. All praise to the Most High. All love to all of you guys. Stay blessed. Stay positive. Have a good day.
Peace.
Hey, peace, salute, DJ. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it.